All right, welcome to Obscura Undead album reviews, music reviews.
Album review.
Sure. I'm Mouse.
I'm Azzy.
And today we're going to go over an artist called Un Hombre Solo, cold wave, minimal wave, what have you. And because his latest album is kind of short, Rotundo
It's like 11
Fracaso,
minutes.
It's 11 minutes long. We're actually going to do something a little different today. We're going to talk about his whole discography, which probably is like 40 minutes long.
It's 38.6 minutes.
God. Yeah, so Un Hombre Solo, based out of New York.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all we know about him. There's little tidbits.
That's not true. We know that he is good friends with Jean Lorenzo from Silent M.
We do know that. And that is probably why a lot of his music sounds very similar to Silent M, or at least in the same genre.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that, well, I believe it's produced by Silent M, right?
Oh, yes. Actually, the latest release, Rotundo Fracaso, was mixed and produced by Jean Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Mastered by
they're great friends, and clearly what they're inspired by is similar. Or maybe they're inspired by each other. That would be really sweet.
It would be adorable, but I don't know who came first.
Oh, it's a chicken and the egg kind of question, and we don't need to ask.
They're both. We can tell that they influence each other, and that's just adorable. So if you love Silent M, you will love Un Hombre Solo.
Right. So Mouse already threw out some of the genre terms that describe this band so solidly, and that's cold wave and minimal wave. Sometimes he ventures into dark wave, but otherwise it's very minimal. It's a beat, vocals, and a synth line.
Yes. And minimal synth is another term that can be used to describe it. And I know that genre fanatics will say that each one of those has its own definition.
Yeah.
So whatever. You know, I mean, a versatile band can have a song that's solidly in one genre and then jump to another. And
for sure.
That's perfectly fine. Because we heard a song that they did. Well, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. So let's start with his first release from 2018, a 4-track EP called Fatal. Because I don't think it's Fatal. I think
it could be. I think it might be Fatal because everything that he puts out is in Spanish.
That is true.
Everything.
Right.
So a Spanish language Silent M. The tracks are. I didn't listen to this one as much, but it's more of what we hear on Rotundo Fracaso. 4 tracks, and super cold. It's got your your great synths, your minimal vocal, and you'll hear like an electronic drum beat, and that's it.
And with the synths, like you get that little bit of drone, so it kind of just goes like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I like.
don't know what that's called. I'm sure it's called something. Maybe it's just called drone, and me adding the sound effects doesn't really help.
But I love you adding the sound effects. We should just have a whole segment called Azzy Onomatopoeia. And it'll just be you like making the sound effects of the instruments that we're hearing.
Gang, 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 do, 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 gang, gang, gang.
Not quite like that. But if you enjoy minimal synth, I think this is the first place to start. This is the most minimal of the whole discography.
Absolutely. And this really, I think, sort of launched him into wider recognition among a lot of those. So there are very dedicated groups of fans for minimal synth and minimal wave and cold wave, and this music that has that very like throwback sound to like early minimal synth bands and early cold wave bands.
And cold wave, was something that started in like the late 70s, and it was pushed forward by like French and Belgian bands and all of that. Mm-hmm. But of course, it's exploded over the years, and people are using these elements, and a band like this that lives in America and sings in Spanish. Like, that's spectacular. And
and we've had the fortune to see Un Hombre Solo.
Yes, actually, they were brought down, and I do want to say it's 2019, but
Believe it was.
what is time?
Because 2020, the big show that we got was Auto Melody.
Oh, the only show we got was Auto Melody.
That's not true. I also saw Voltaire and Obsidian. Obsidian's the good part of that one.
I meant like Orlando minimal synth shows, because there was a lot.
There is a small, there's totally a small, very dedicated, like, minimal cold wave, minimal synth, like, scene in Orlando.
Which is driving distance from us, so we got to go to all those shows.
And those are the, if you ever have a chance to, after all of this is over and you have a chance to go to Orlando, check out any of the Panic events that are put on by Nick Mariano. He is king of this.
Yes, and he's known for Uberbahn, which was the club nights that took place at the Falcon in Orlando. And while he specializes in minimal synth and minimal wave and all of that, Panic was the events where he would bring a band down.
Mm-hmm. And so he's brought Silent M, he's brought Un Hombre Solo, he's brought Auto Melody, he brought Wingtips before they got big.
Yes, yeah, a lot of bands before they got big.
But then after Fatal, we have the only cover that Un Hombre Solo has put out to date that I'm aware of, and that is a cover of Alaska y Dinarama's Cebras, which the song is amazing, and he puts very much the Un Hombre Solo flair on this, like, La Movida track, because Alaska is just fucking legendary in the early Spanish music scene, and like everything she's touched is gold. So to have like a cover from one of Alaska's bands is just. So
Alaska is the name of the artist?
Yeah, that is the name of the woman who has sung for Alaska y Dinarama, Alaska y, oh god, I have a hard time with this word, Los Pegamoides.
Los Pegamoides, okay.
Yep. And if you are at all a fan of like bands like Paralysis Permanente, like you're probably already familiar with Alaska and everything that she's ever done and been amazing in. Highly influential. Gosh, we really do need to one of these days do like a La Movida Madrileña. I probably mispronounced that really bad. Sort of like overview, because there are so many amazing influential bands that came out of that I think that a lot of people in a little bit of an overly imperialistic mindset don't really know about, but are amazing.
I think that would be great. So regarding this track, it did come out November of 2020, so that's fairly recent.
Yes, it came out, I think, like a month ahead of the 2-track single that he put out in December called UHS2, Un Hombre Solo Dos.
His second actual release. That's what I'm thinking, his second full EP. Well, I mean, there's 2 songs, but it's an actual release. And this one of the tracks has a music video.
And it's probably, if you have heard an Un Hombre Solo song, it's going to be the music video, the song that has the music video.
Yeah, that song is called Aferrado, which means...
I don't know what aferrado means. Let me look it up.
You're supposed to know. You were supposed to just blurt it out because you knew.
No, I don't know. But I can tell you right now that that it means...
clinging.
It means...
It means clinging.
I don't know. My translation app says it means a furred, but I don't know what a furred means. What the fuck is a furred?
Put it on the right language. And then just do it really quick while I talk. And then when I point at you, you just blurt out the Spanish word as if you always knew.
Oh, yeah, no, totally. I totally knew. I know that the other track on this, Invisible, it probably is actually just invisible, and I'm just putting a Spanish spin on it. Because that's not the word for invisible.
Oh my god, please don't hurt us. We try.
It is, so, invisible. That is invisible in Spanish. That one I can tell you because it's cognate. But
So
I have no idea what aferrado means.
I remember while watching Aferrado, we were talking about how we heard some industrial-inspired sounds, like we heard some clanging on pipes.
A lot of clanging on, like, clangs at the very beginning, and then it doesn't hit that through the rest of the track.
No, because I felt like it was giving us more of the wave this time. You could hear the atmospheric wave in the keys, and that is absent from anything that we had heard in the previous releases. Maybe not counting the cover.
Well, this is, I think, honestly, his most dark wave track.
I think so. Yes, I agree. Aferrado. I don't remember if Invisible was as dark wave, but Aferrado for sure.
Invisible.
No, sorry. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, and so it goes to show you that like a band can be dark wave on one song, can be cold wave on another song, can be post punk on a third song.
And then that there are people who are just like, I literally don't hear any difference between this genre,
and that's fine.
And we're just like, that's totally fine because we're just nerds. But that brings us to Un Hombre Solo's latest release from what, February? I want to say 1st? 5th? Early February.
Let's just throw out some, first.
Okay, February 1st, 2021. Rotundo Fracaso. Rotundo Fracaso.
The first thing I want to say before you say it is, oh my God, the vocals.
Well, first, first Mouse. First, I want you to translate the album title.
Oh, okay. The album title is Rotundo Fracaso, which means
resounding failure. Which, honestly, the title's misleading because I think that this is the most compelling thing that he's put out to date.
I think it's an absolute success.
Absolutely. It is a resounding success.
Yes. So, first of all, it's got a cute little, it comes in cassette tape that is dipped in rubber. And we asked him, did you dip these in rubber? And he goes, heck yeah. UHS is DIY all the way. Mm-hmm. I thought that was adorable. And the sound is like we said, it does have some fingers of John Lorenzo from Silent N touching it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I wish I had a whole album of this.
Right. What made this, I think, my favorite out of his entire discography is the dual vocals that you were trying to talk about and that you can talk about right now because...
So first vocal is like this high-pitched yelling that's like passionate and emotional without having any inflection to it. Like a lot of cold wave music has detached vocals.
Right. Well, I think that the thing that people would most be able to identify with is Kalen Mikla and their yellier, really raw emotional tracks. So think like vocals along that line.
Exactly like that.
I think that Kalen Mikla's who folks are most likely to know here.
That's the first vocal. And the second vocal is the one that makes me go, oh my God, because you've just got this gorgeous, gritty growl, low voice, deep voice. That's just guttural, and
at some points it's going along with the more forefronted, like screamy track. At other points, it's just there to punctuate a word.
Yes, and it's in the background.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to hear,
but it is an instrument. And we just did a stream where we streamed the Un Hombre Solo discography, and Un Hombre Solo jumped on, and so we were pounding him with questions, and we asked him who did the vocals, and he said it's all him. So you get the Grammy dude, the Goth Grammy.
Is that something we're doing now? We're giving away like obscuries.
Can we just find like something that in our room that's random and just have it be like,
I don't know, do we have any more like random head cutouts?
Oh, we have tons of them, but they're all on Joelle's head.
Oh, well, we'll have to expand our collection.
Yeah, that would be great. Oh, like I mean, without obscurity.
So that just made this album beautiful, but there is one track on this that he does have a music video for, and that is El Mecanismo del Ser.
Sir.
Huh?
It's just Sir. Is it Ser?
Ser.
Ser.
Yeah. And I love this video so much. It's just him like just dancing in the snow.
Dancing in the snow. It kind of reminds me of Carnal Machinery and Susie Sabotage's DIY videos in the snow that they put out recently.
I mean, it is winter, so
they could all be in the same place. Who knows? But
I don't think
just
so.
Him wailing out dancing. It reminds me of like William Maybelline of Qual in Lebanon, Hanover. His dancing, the swinging arms and everything. It looks so great. He looks like he's having a blast. And
I mean, the song is called The Mechanism of Being. Maybe that's what dancing is for him, because he is just so into it and just giving it everything, and it's fun to watch.
Another thing that you can notice is on his Bandcamp, there's the little logo for your artist thing, and it's the silhouette of him dancing from that video. Or it could be some other time that he was dancing just like that, him swinging his little arms, and that's in his little logo, and I love it.
That's amazing, because that video was great, and I think that I honestly would be shocked if we didn't see that pick up a lot more like stream play from folks too.
Yeah, I've been playing the heck out of it.
Oh, I believe it. It's great.
I even when I just like take the video and put it on his other songs,
just be like, you just get to see him dancing. You get to see a lonely man dancing.
I could even like put it in my background right now if I wanted to.
Yes.
Could I do that?
Yes.
I could, yeah. So keep talking and I'll see.
I will. So I feel like with Un Hombre Solo's like total discography, I've never actually sat down and listened to it back to back to back to back.
Well, it is.
And it's short too, so there's no reason why I haven't ever done that. But it was really interesting listening to sort of like the subtleties and like the small things that change but make you go, ooh, like it isn't big things. It isn't things that like grab you and like rip you someplace else. It's like watching an old-timey cartoon. It's that pie on the windowsill that slowly beckons you and you float towards the pie.
What?
I realize it's a very strange analogy. I've been watching
the pie in the window.
Cartoons.
The pie in the window that's always in a window on a ledge, and you float to it.
Yes, and it doesn't beat you over the head. It kind of just draws you in with like this siren song.
That is a really interesting.
I'm sorry. I've been watching a lot of old cartoons lately. I kind of went on a deep dive of Tom and Jerry today.
Oh my God, I have a whole bunch of them too. Just don't watch the movie.
I've heard that it exists. That's about it.
It's coming out. Yeah, it's coming out. And it stars Chloe Moretz, who should just stick to horror movies. I'd be fine with that.
Right. But Un Hombre Solo, we really hope you'll put out like I don't even know if I ever want you to put out an album. I kind of like that you keep just giving us tidbits.
And I like that it's all happening now. Like 2018, we got a little bit. And then 2020, we got 3 things. No, wait. 2020, we got 2 things. And then it's 2011. What year is it?
It's 2021, so it's 10 years after what you just said.
Remind me. I can't figure it out. Don't mind me. But it's all happening in the last like 6 months, and that's what I love.
Right. Absolutely. So do you have a favorite track out of everything?
I really like the track that was on UHS 2 with the video, Aferrado. Okay, I really love that. I do also, of course, love the video for El Mecanismo del Ser. But the song Carbon Monumento really stands out.
Thank you. I just pointed my pen at you. I have that like big stars in my notes next to it. Yeah, I agree. That is, I think that is my favorite track, and then a very close second is Sebras, the cover. But I also agree with you that I really like Aferrado. So that's Un Hombre Solo. If you've never heard of him, and you've never heard...
It will take 38 minutes to just listen to it all. And I think it's all, it's all available. We'll put all the links for Bandcamp.
So we'll put all the links to everything, to his Bandcamp, to absolutely everything. And you can go check it out and hopefully be enticed just like we were. And next week, we are going to be reviewing something a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean way more... death rock. We are going to be reviewing the 6-track debut from Madison, Wisconsin / Tucson, Arizona 4-piece Yuka Zolo, titled Bleed, and I love it so much. It's amazing.
I can't wait to listen to it yet. I've only heard one song, which we played on OUFM the other week.
That is correct, and I remember you not hating it, so I hope you like this album, because I was trying to pick something spooky.
We need spooky. I love spooky.
Right. And check us out on Monday, actually. We'll be doing a listening party of this album over on our Twitch channel. If you're a Patreon supporter or a Twitch supporter, you'll get a Zoom link the afternoon before to come sort of hang out with us and chat with us behind the scene about the album that's playing. Otherwise, it'll just be chatting over on Twitch in the actual chat box, which is also fun. And it's been really cool getting to listen to these albums together with people. Because it's gotten to the point where I know what Mouse is going to think. Mouse knows what I'm going to think.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So it's really nice getting to hear other people's opinions on it in real time.
And sometimes the band shows up when we ask them a bunch of questions.
So for the 2 times the band has showed up, I wonder if I can get this band to show up.
Oh my God.
I bet you I can.
Put them all.
No, I have no
all
idea.
All the Yukas and all the Zolos.
It's not like I've specifically asked anybody yet. It's more just like...
telling them.
That I just put it out there and I tag them in it, and the band's just like, wait, I didn't know this was going on. Let's check it out.
Your album.
Yeah. But thanks as always for tuning in to watch us ramble about music. We love it. We love you. We love cartoons.
Invisible.
That reminds me. Oh gosh, no, I can't go on a tangent. I'm about to go on a big tangent to talk about Macro Kiev, and I can't. Okay. So as always, like, click, subscribe, tell us what you think in the comments below, listen to the album, support the artist, and a very big thank you to all of our Patreon supporters who help make these videos possible, because really without you, and I say this every single week, and it is true every single fucking week. Oh my God, is that the first time I swore? Anyway, it's true every single fucking week that without the direct support, specifically monetary support from the people who kindly give us, a small cut of their lives, we wouldn't be able to keep this going. With everything that we have to keep up with on behind the scenes, the music we have to buy, the programs that we're subscribed to in order to keep everything running, like, seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. And
we'll see you next time.
Good night. Goodbye.
Bye.